How you doing, Sneaker Rob? This is AC Sneaker Restoration back at you with another exclusive big show today. And we are sponsored by K Spice Variety and Gifts. And they make baskets. They make for Easter, they make scarves, they make hats, and they also making t-shirts as well for the summer and the springtime. So if you need to get in contact with her, her name is Barbara Fortes. You can give her a call or send her an email at Barbara Fortes at 86 at gmail.com. Barbara Fortes 86 at gmail.com. And also you could give her a phone call, 908-404-6943. We have a big show today, and we got a lot to talk about. Been gone for like 2 weeks and everything like that for the Easter spring break and everything like that. Also, at the same time, I have my co-host here, MC Streets. How you doing, Streets?
Yo, what's up, Sneaker World? What's up, Dre? How are y'all, man? How was y'all week and everything, you know? Cool, cool. Again, big up to K Spice for sponsoring us again. Whoop, whoop.
I hear you, bro. Yeah, we got we got a lot to talk about in a very little time. Also, we have an exclusive guest that's going to be coming on, Clay Customs. She will be joining us today on the show, but not right at this time. But she will be joining us. We're going to talk about some of these releases, and we're going to get into it. They had a big release, I say, on the 18th, and of the white Jordan White Cement 4. And the line was retarded. It was down in Washington, and I'm about to get ready to show y'all how long the line was. And we about to get ready so you can see everybody camping outside for this. This shoe's supposed to originally come out. The shoe's supposed to originally come out May 24th, but what they did was they did an early release on it. The Jordan White Cement 4. I found out about it at the last minute, and this is a little crazy, but I just want to show y'all the line. This down in Washington, D.C., and I'm going to show y'all how long the line was. First, I'm going to show y'all the sneaker, and I'll show you the line. That's the sneaker right there, ladies and gentlemen. To the right, I'll show you a better picture of the shoe. I'm just basically want to show you the line down at Ben and Chili's down at Washington, D.C. Give me 1 second.
Sneaker nice, though. Like it. Low cut. Definitely good. I like it.
This is the line, ladies and gentlemen. And before we go into this sneaker game is very serious. For serious sneakerheads and collectors and everything, I've never seen a line like this in my life. It looked like everybody's getting ready to go down to the NBA game or the football game or a boxing event. Here we go. This is the line. Down in Washington, D.C., down at Ben and Chili's. Look how long the line is.
Interesting.
People out there 1 o'clock in the morning, camping outside for the Jordan White Cement 4s that's supposed to come out on the May 24th. Only certain states got it. The state up there made a whole lot of money that day.
I can see that.
Look how long that line is. That's crazy. What you see that, right, Streets?
Yeah, I saw it. You know what I mean? It's crazy, boy. Them people, them sneakerheads, boy, they want them sneakers. They want it, boy.
You know what I mean? Now we about to get. Say that again.
I said, real people do what they want to do. Other people do what they can.
Oh yeah, you already know, man. I mean, these are crazy, man. The line for the shoe is retarded. You know what I mean? People up there really up there hurting people about it. And that's an exclusive release. The thing I don't like about it is they should have just did a general release to everybody. But only certain stores got that. That should be released to everybody. Now we gotta wait to May 24th. It's gonna be another problem. They up there selling that shoe for like $500, $600 or better.
Wow.
That shoe haven't been out since 2016. I got the 2016 joints. I got them. But they ain't come out in so long. They want so much money for that sneaker. It's not even crazy.
Right, right.
Moving on. Ridiculous. Be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen, at these releases. It don't make sense to get hurt. It don't make sense to break the bank either. If you don't really have it, you don't have it. Because all the resellers try to do is make money. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. They just care about their pockets. That's all they care about. So we're going to get into these releases right now. Right now, we're looking at the Nike SBX Air Jordan 4 Navy. Color, Summit White, White Navies, and release date April 15th. This was a shoe that came out, retail price $225. This shoe right here is exclusive, is a collab. And this shoe selling like hotcakes. I had to buy the shoe for myself. And matter of fact, I had to buy 2 pairs because streets, I'm going to be making something special out of it. So, but I bought a pair for myself because I just couldn't leave it on the table like that. This shoe right now is selling for ridiculous amounts of money. And it's a beautiful shoe. Got a beautiful gum sole.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the whole around how the shoe look. The Nike SB Navies 4, the Air Jordan 4. And that shoe was selling like crazy.
Like them. I like the SB, the new old school thing they took back to the SB. You know what I mean? That's the old school Nike thing. That was fire right there. Like the color. Like it with the white, the Summit white on that suede part. You know what I'm saying? And then the white, you know what I mean? Cool.
Yeah, I like the gum sole. The gum sole on that is nice. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's a collab. It's a collab. That shoe selling right now for like on the GOAT on eBay like 300 and some change.
Okay.
It's also selling on Flight Club. I mostly deal with Flight Club and everything. That's where I buy my stuff. But it's going for a crazy amount of money right now. Crazy amount. The bricks, the Nigel Sylvester, that was also a good one too. And that shoe was very high. But this is a good shoe right here. You know what I mean? To have in your collection and everything like that. Make your collection look good. You know what I mean? But moving on. Now, we talked about this shoe. We also talked about the SB, but I'm just doing a recap because me and Street's been gone for 2 weeks for the holiday. So we just recapping on some things and then want to update you with what's going on right at the moment. You know what I mean? We got right here the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Rookie of the Year. Color, Sail, Black, Golden Harvest, Gem Red. Release date April 18th, 2025. The retail price $140.
Okay. Look like we said before, looks like a skateboarder's shoe, so we'll leave it at that. But cool. Like I don't like the colorway, but you know, cool.
Yeah, I don't really care for the colorway either, and I agree with you. It's more like a skateboard shoe. It's not for me, but to each his own. Whatever they want to get. If you want to get it, go knock yourselves out and you get it. You probably won't see that many lines for this. I could be wrong, but my opinion, I could, you know what I mean? I don't think you will be a lines like this. You can just go in the store and pick this one up. Moving on. We got the Jordan Luca 77 Bloodline. Color, white, gem red. black. Release date April 24th, 2025. Price $100. The Bloodline.
I like this one a little better, this Bloodline. They're coming out with a little better. I didn't like that top one. This Bloodline one I could deal with. Like with the red, with the black, the kind of aerodynamic it has on it. It looks fire. I like it though. It looks better than the first one, than the top one. The top one just reminds you too much of Jason Tatum's.
Yes, it's like a Miami, to me, it's like a Miami Heat colorway. You know what I
Right.
mean? A Miami style for the Miami Heat down in Florida. It's all right, but it ain't for me. But to each his own. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if y'all like this Jordan Luka 77 Bloodlines, you know what I mean? The retail is $100. You know what I mean? You go ahead and help yourself and go ahead and get it. Moving on. The Jordan Luka 4 Bloodline colorway, black, white, red, chilling blue style. Release date April 24th and the 25th. Now let me say something about this real quick. The other one we just did is a Jordan Luka 77 Bloodline. All right? So right. I don't want y'all to get confused. This right here is a totally different shoe. This is a Jordan 4 Luka Bloodline. Release date April 24th. Just came out. It just came out Friday, 2025. Price $130. Not like they got the comparison right there. They got the 77 and they got the other version right there. You can see it right there, both of them. Not for me, but it's a good balling shoe. Like if you want to play hoops or something like that, you know what I mean? But not something for me.
With the blue, with the top one, I like the blue from the heel to the toe. I like that blue right there on that heel to the toe.
You mean in the midsole?
Yeah, that midsole. Yeah, call that midsole from the heel to the toe. Yeah, call that midsole from the heel to the toe. I like that blue on it.
You look like an icy blue, like a clear icy blue. It looks all right.
Right.
Yeah, it looks so good. You know what I mean? But if
that's about it, though. Yeah.
Anybody want it, you know what I mean? Y'all go and help yourselves. Moving on. Air Jordan 1 Low OG Phantom color, Phantom, chili red, moon, particle, black, Muslim coconut milk. Release date April 26, 2025. They came out yesterday. Retail price $140.
Like those. I like those from the last time we talked about them. I'd rock those. I like them. Like the midsole, how I got the white and the gray in it. The black swoosh. I like the combination on it. I like it.
Yeah. But it's not like I said, it's not really for me, but you know what I mean? It's like a skateboard shoe look like, but if that's what you're interested in, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? You go ahead and get what you like. You might not see no lines for that. I could be wrong, but you know what I mean? To each his own, whoever likes that. You understand? Moving on. The Air Jordan 11, low, red, color, black, varsity, red, white. Release date, April 26th. Retail price, $190. Came out yesterday.
Like them. You know, I'm used to the high top version of them, but I like them still. I still rock these because they remind me of the high top version. And with the patent leather, fire. Midsole, white and red, fire.
They okay for me, but I'm not really into that. I like the OG. I like the original. I like the high top. They came out with them for women's, and they should have came out with them for men's. They haven't came out in a long time. I can't wait for them to come back out in men's. so I could get my hands on a pair. I mean, right now, if you get the high tops, they're going for some bread, and I see them going for like 300 or 400, maybe more than that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I think I seen a pair yesterday on eBay from like 2001. Somebody wanted about 400 or 500 for it,
Mm.
the high tops. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I don't really care for the low top, but not. I mean, Nike want to play games. They want to do what they want to do. They Nike. They do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? So I have no idea. Moving on,
Mm.
we have right here the Jordan Tatum 3, St. Louis, color, particle, gray, dark smoke gray platinum, tint. Release date, April 28th, coming out tomorrow. Retail price, $125.
Definitely a balling shoe, and I like that they changed up the pattern for him. Like it, loving it. You know what I'm saying? Like the icy, like all that. I like all the design colors different. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like it. Definitely a balling sneaker, but definitely with the icy on the front of the midsole. I guess there's icy all the way through the midsole or going around, but I think it's icy just in the front. I don't know if it's on the side though. No, it's different, but different. I like it.
It's all right. It's not my cup of tea. It's not something I will wear. It's not something I will buy either. It was just something I just play basketball in, and you know what I mean, and then just work in the house with them and stuff like that. It won't be worth for me to pay that much money on something I don't really care for. But
And then inside the design is some different design in there. I like that. I ain't noticed that at first. Like inside the swirls.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, it's money.
I
Is it a
see it.
money sign? Is that a
Yeah.
money sign?
Uh,
Is it a money sign? I don't know what that is. Nah, it's something different, but it
nah,
look like
that look like right there. It looked like
a dollar bill or something.
no, no, oh, I see what you're saying. I see it now. Nah, that's just the design.
It
That
looks
looked
nice
like
though.
that
It
looked
like
like that looked like to me mesh. They got some mesh in there. Like that where
like
the jump man is, and they look like mesh. You
with
know what I
Jason
mean?
Tatum. It's Jason. That's Jason Tatum money because he's getting all that money, so he made up something new for
I guess.
him.
Well, it'll be out tomorrow. It'll be out tomorrow. Anybody want to go ahead and knock themselves out? You know what I mean? So moving on. Travis Scott's Jordan Jumpman Jack TR Bright Cactus. Color Muslim Black Bright Cactus. Release date the 30th, 2025, and the price 200.
Definitely like these. That's definitely my style right there. The colors, the backward swoosh, the black with the yellow. Fire, bro. I could match that up with a nice little sweatsuit.
See, the thing is with the Bright Cactus with the Travis Scotts, that's a nice shoe. That not for me to like to wear.
With the
I
strap
don't
on
know.
top.
I probably would wear it,
With the
but
strap
his
on
shoes,
top too. Mm.
huh?
With the strap on top. Yeah.
Now his shoes is collectible, so his shoes is worth a lot of money. So you know what I mean. That's not something I would wear. It's something I would just put away for a rainy day or just keep it. You know what I mean? Because his sneakers be ranging for a whole lot of money, and it's hard to get his hands on his sneakers. And he do exclusive releases through his website and everything like that. It's very hard to get your hands on. The guy K-Tronics, K-Tronic Kicks out in Paterson, New Jersey. Shout outs to Sean. He was selling them and he wanted like 400. He wanted like 400 a pair. You know what I mean? They retail for 200. I mean, they're going to go up. I can see these things probably going from, wow, I can't imagine. I mean, it's gonna be up there. They're gonna be up there. I had the Cactus Jacks, the Carolina, the Jordan fours, the blue ones, and the price on them is high. So I know right here, this is a nice shoe, and I know the price is gonna be skyrocketing on this. So if let's say, for instance, if you wanna buy it just to have, and then you never know, you fall on hard times and you got to depart with it, that hopefully you don't have to do that. This is one of the shoes you want to have in your collection, and it makes your collection look good as well. You know what I mean? When you show people your stuff, they can see it. You know what I mean? Just be careful when you show people your collection, ladies and gentlemen, because you got people out here ready to do some vicious, mean things and ready to hurt you and rob you and stuff. So know who you showing your stuff to.
Yeah, remember, people stay scheming.
Moving on.
Ooh, I like these.
The Air Jordan 5 Low Peanut Butter and Jelly. Color pale, ivory, fusion, red, desert, rush, fuchsia, I can't pronounce it. Release date May 1st, 2025. Price $150. Let's go inside, look at it a little better.
Definitely a girl sneaker, but you know what I'm saying? But your girl gonna be styling with these though. It's fire though.
Yeah, it's all right. And like you said, more like for a female.
Right.
You know, not for me. You know what I mean? I like how they did the midsole. I think it would have looked better if they did a gum midsole on it, like they did the SB4s.
Nah, this
But
midsole fire, Dre.
yeah, but
This midsole fire because it's different now. It's not coming out with the same thing. Midsole is fire. The
you got an icy
combination.
sole.
Yep.
Got an icy sole on the bottom.
Yep. Yeah, this is a nice collab right here.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that icy soul. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I would try to, I mean, this is more look like a female sneaker, but shoot. With the right combination, you could rock these too, though, bruh.
I'm gonna go into this right here. Air Jordan 4 Forget Me. Not. Color white, aluminum, blue, tint, all green. Release date May 3rd, 2025. Price $215.
Okay. You know, green is my favorite color. And that's definitely for mama right there. So I could see my girl rocking these. I never liked that midsole up there though. Why do they make it? Why just make the midsole go all the way through? Have that little tint of oil, blue tint, oil green go all the way around. Oh, that was the fire right
Yeah, I mean,
there. They stopped it.
it's all right, but
Yeah.
it might more like a female shoe because you can see the flowers and everything.
Right. It's for
Mother's
Mother's Day.
Day,
Yeah.
Mother's Day coming up and everything. You know what I mean? It's all right.
And it says it's a woman exclusive. Forget me not.
You know wrong.
Forget.
There's
I'm
nothing
sorry.
wrong.
Forget me not. Sorry.
Nothing wrong with giving that out to your mother, or is she into that, or your daughter's mother, or anything like that for Mother's Day. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Especially
Right.
if they're the Jordans.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have the Air Jordan 1 High OG UNC Reimagined color dark powder blue sales. Release date May 10th, 2025. Price $180.
That's all for those North Carolina fans. You feel me? Put your jerseys on, Drake. Get your jersey. Get a pair of them.
I like this. I
Yeah.
like this a reimagine. I like the original one better. They made it look more old they made it look like it got yellow taupe on the side. They
Hmm.
made it look vintage. This is, you know, man, I want to get this because I wear a lot of Carolina stuff. And matter of fact, I got my new merch on representing the Tar Heels, the Carolina blue in the hat. This be something good to wear with my what I got on, and also this be something good to wear with anything that I got some blue stuff like that in the crib and all that. You know, man, I can see myself rocking something like that to wear. Not not too much to collect or hold on. I can be wrong, but just something to wear. It's like a chill shoe.
Right.
Moving on. We have the what's this? The Mainers, the
Yeah.
Maniers, Air Jordan 5 Violet, like an Oreo, color white, violet, or burgundy, crushed black. Release date
Hmm.
May 14, 2025. Price $225.
Now they talking my style, man. Love that color right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up with that right there, bro. You see how they even got with as soon as it comes down. See how they got masked down? Yeah. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Pause. It's coming. There you go. Yep. That's it right
That's all
there. That
right.
is the look. That's the look
That's
right there.
that's
So
fire.
see, with the clothes, man, it's gonna make you look. Ooh, yeah. And these ain't my favorite shoe. Okay, let's go.
Man, it's something like the chill in, you know what I mean? Never really
Yeah,
see nobody wearing brown.
yeah,
That's all right. I ain't gonna front.
yeah. Okay, okay.
I'm not gonna front. It's all right. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I got a special guest about to get ready to come on, and I'm gonna bring her on, and I'm about to get ready to she does she does excellent work.
Okay. Can't wait for our guest to come on, man. I'm so excited, man. I've been watching her work and everything else like that. Wow. Definitely. Definitely. This is one I'm really excited to see her come on.
Hold on a second.
You know? And just watching her work and everything else like that, man, it's fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? And she's definitely one of those people that, like, is revolutionizing the game right now, man. You know, with the way she do things. I think if Jordan and them never had, like, they just put like they formed like, how can I say this, where like they just had like a silhouette of themselves, the way how she do it, boy, she would have changed the game. You know what I'm saying? With that, instead of people just having silhouettes on their joints, they would have had what she put on there. You know what I'm saying?
Exact.
You know, and the way how she do her things, man, is very professional. She getting out there right now, and that's a cool thing right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Really, really looking forward to her coming on, man. Can't wait for her to come on. I have to ask her a couple of questions about that. And I was just thinking about it and everything else like that, and you know, and she's definitely gonna be. I know she's probably. She's probably a front runner in the game right now, though. You know what I'm saying? Has to be.
Exact.
She has to be like a pioneer and whatnot in the game. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. You know, and man, can't wait for that. Wait for that interview, man. But I was just thinking, man, Dre, about like how you was talking about like people selling stuff and all that other stuff. Remember you sent me that video of the guy selling stuff and picking stuff up. You remember that?
Yes.
All right, what you thought about? I was just thinking, man, you know what I'm saying? Something of that nature. What did you think about that? Like, Is she, like looking at all these guests that we be having on, I be thinking like, yo, man, when are they gonna get their break? Like a big Nike, how Nike did, or get their own shoe. What I think they all should do is collab on everything. Um, H2H, Footprints, I guess that's coming on now. You know what I'm saying? Everything else should, everybody should collab and do like a little thing and like get a own signature shoe and put everybody's kind of symbol on it. That'd be fire, bro.
I'm
You
trying to,
know?
I'm trying to send this to her, but they want me to go.
But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Just something of that nature, man. You know? I don't want to say her name. I want to keep everybody suspense before she comes on. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Exactly.
and she did a sneaker because she did one of my favorite sneakers, the Redskins, but she did the old school Redskins symbol. You know what I'm saying? So she didn't do it in a way where like she did it like the new commander signal that's kind of bland and everything. You know what I'm saying? She did it in a way like, wow, she took it back. Like we're like, okay, the olds had to appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
I
Uh,
hear you, brother.
yeah, I gotta show them a picture of my Redskins pillow, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the bed. I want to show it to her too, though. But wait till she get on. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. I can't wait for it to get on, man. You know what I'm saying? But what you think about this NBA, Dre, man? The Lakers playing the Timberwolves right now. Lakers is up right now, though. You know what I'm saying? And look like them Lakers gonna come back on them. That's a good trade for Luca and LeBron, man. That's a good trade right there. Look like it's gonna work out. They may make some noise.
I haven't been really watching it, so I can't really comment on it.
Mm,
Um, like I said, I can't get into the game, man. The game totally changed. You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm not really, I'm not, I just can't get into it anymore.
Well, playoff time is the time you're really supposed to get into it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the time. I mean, I guess during the regular season you ain't allowed to be too hyped about it, but it's supposed to be during the playoffs time, man. That's what hypes everything up, though. You know?
Yeah.
That's what hypes it up, man. You know what I'm saying? But the gear looking fresh though, Dre, man. Them last pair of sneakers would have been all right for you, bro.
Well, well, I don't know what happened. Well, well,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah, it's quick. Yeah, she about to come on now. She said she see it. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's what's up. Introduce
Yeah.
our guest, man. I wanted to keep everybody suspense, man. Because you ain't saying that, but neither did I either. So we want to keep people in suspense right there.
Oh, oh yeah. Yeah, we got to, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, we got to. So we got to keep everybody on their toes. And like you said, everybody, it's you know what I mean, expense what's going on and everything like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
So,
I mean? But I
yeah,
was saying,
we got a lot of releases and then we haven't been
yeah,
out we've been out for the holiday for the 2 weeks and we
right.
just got to let people know what's going on and
The gear is
everything like
fresh though, bro. I like the
that.
gear. It's fresh.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, you know what
You
I
know
mean?
what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna have to
My-
get that. I'm gonna have to get those in my budget, bro. It's just trying to get those in my
You can use
budget.
them for your show, you know what I mean? Go on stage
Yeah.
and when you perform and all that stuff, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah. You know we gonna represent everybody, man.
Oh, you already know, you know what I
You
mean?
know what I'm saying? We gonna represent everybody. That's gonna
You
be the,
already you
you know.
already know, you know what I mean? So
Right.
we just waiting on her right now,
Okay.
and
Wanna go on to something else or whatever till she get on?
She said her computer running slow.
Okay, copy that.
That's what she's saying. So, you know what I mean? No, I think I'm gonna. I mean, I
You want to go into
could, but I
something
don't
else?
want to. Huh?
Yeah, go into something else, and then till she come
Yeah,
back on.
yeah. You're right. All right. Let me see what else we can talk about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And when y'all get a chance, let me say this. Let me say this and get this off. When y'all get a chance, y'all always could go down. If y'all in the close to Washington area, anything like that, I got to go down there and check it out myself. Ben and Chili's. That line was ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's a restaurant. I heard the chili is real good down there, down in DC. Not sponsoring or anything. I'm just going by what I heard. I talked to one of my peoples because he be out there and everything. His girl lives out there, and he was telling me a little bit about it. And then I was surprised in the restaurant they selling sneakers and everything like that. You know what I mean? And y'all seen the
They sell,
line? Y'all
they
seen?
sell
Y'all seen?
they sell chili dogs in there. Sorry for cutting
They
you off.
sell they sell chili. They known for chili. It's called Ben and Chili's.
Ben
And
and chili.
yeah, they known for selling chili down there in Washington. And
Right.
I mean I don't like how they do these releases. They up here be taking they up there want to put them in certain cities. Now I kind of understand is the volume. They go by the volume of the store, how many it's all about at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about money. That's what it's
Right.
really all about.
Right. Right.
And
Okay.
if it's not dollars, it's not cents. And but the sad thing about it is this: when you want to get something or you want to buy something, you can't even buy it because you got to spend a whole lot of money or you got to wait for it to be released out the original release date, and then you got to deal with the crowd and the lines and people acting stupid.
Right.
Then you got people carpooling, people up there having mad people in the car because they trying to be resellers or they selling it out the back door. There's another thing I want to mention to y'all too. I want to get this off. I should have mentioned this before, but you know, me and Streets was busy working the show. I learned this from. I'm not sponsoring or anything. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna even say his name because I'm trying to get him on the show anyway. So I won't leave his name out of it. But one of the YouTubers, he up there say if you want to get some early releases and anything like that, go to Secret Sauce. You go to Secret
Mm.
Sauce, you get the releases of the shoe, and you get a. I mean, you pay like $60 a month. I joined. I'm trying to figure out how it works. Yeah, they don't explain to you how it works. So I don't see nothing. And then you join the waiting list. And so every time a release come out, you don't pay retail.
Mm.
I mean, you pay the retail price. I'm sorry about what I said. You pay the retail price. You don't overpay. You know what I
Right.
mean? What the reseller
Right.
sell it. So
Right.
you pay if the shoes, as they say, the shoe is $200, you pay $200. So you get the
Yes.
exclusives like the Travis Scotts, you get the exclusives like of the Jordans. You know what I mean? Anything that come out, you entitled to that. You get it ain't no bots and none of that. They'll notify you. That's what I heard. I'm still trying to learn how to work it. Also, I'm not going to sponsor them either. But if you need a bag, if you're traveling, anything like that, I prefer and I recommend get a Soul Premise bag for serious sneakerheads out there.
Mm.
You can hold multiple pairs of sneakers. I bought one. The one I bought, I didn't realize it don't really fit my shoe. It's a standard version. I had to go ahead and get an XL version. It holds multiple pairs of shoes. It's TSA approved. And when you're on a plane, you can sit it right atop of your head, and you can monitor your bag, and you don't have to worry about your bag going underneath the plane. Especially if you got a lot of special sneakers, you don't want nobody touching your stuff. You don't know what's going on while you up there on the plane. So
Yeah,
Soul Premise.
no, that's true, Dre, because then they throw your bags around and all that other crap, and you know what I mean? So now, your sneakers ain't gonna be dented up and all that other stuff in there.
Exactly. And and they up there, and the person who probably designed it, they represent the shoe game.
Right.
So he probably a sneakerhead himself. You know what I mean? So So he up there, he up there, he up there. He's a sneakerhead himself. Um,
Okay. So yeah, he's a sneakerhead himself, and I seen the designs, man. I seen, well, not the design, but I seen the pattern on it, how it is, man. Fit your sneakers in there nice. You could at the bottom, you could put a couple of pair of pants, shirt, underwear. You know, you got a place to put your, like, your toothbrush, toothpaste, your middies. You know, yeah, it's pretty slick, man. I like it.
and see, Streets, you do a lot of shows and everything like that. You know what I mean? So that would be good for you when you be hitting the road and all that stuff. You carry your
Right.
grills and everything like that.
Right, right. Because then I just pack a couple of pair of pants. You could there be fresh with the fresh kicks, change up, you know what I'm saying? Every show or whatever like that. Fire, yo. That bag is nice, man. It was very, how he made that bag was very creative. He made it for everybody's size too. Very creative.
Now, I think what they should have did was, because I didn't know, because I never, you know, I didn't really know. I bought the bag and that was it. I went, my foot size is a 13.
Right,
So it's a standard bag. So they made it more for a small size. You
right,
understand? So it's like a piece of cloth in there, you zip it up to lock it in. But since I wear
right,
size 13, it don't lock in the shoe. The shoe, it looks
right,
tacky.
right,
So if you have small feet or you have small feet, I recommend that bag. Anybody
right,
who wears a size 13, a 12, anything like that, I recommend you get the XL bag. You pay a little more money for the bag, but you don't have to worry about tearing up the bag and messing up your kicks. See, they
right,
don't tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. See, I'm keeping it real. You know what I mean? Because I was talking to Streets about this on Saturday, and he looked at it, and it didn't even fit. It felt like I
right,
wasted my money. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with it, and
right,
anything like that. If anybody want it, I will sell it to you for what I paid for it. I ain't going to say it as a standard bag, as a red bag. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit and deny it either. I opened up the bag just to see how, man, do everything fit. I didn't even do anything, touch the bag or anything. So I'm just letting y'all know that from the rip. You know what I mean? The tag is still on the bag, everything. It's just the plastic that covered the whole bag. I cut it open from the top, and then I took some box tape and reboxed the top, clear box
right,
tape,
right,
because to keep the dust off it. Meantime, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it because I reordered a new bag. Yeah, I'm not sponsoring them or nothing, but they, you know what I mean? The guy who made it, he got some great stuff. Also,
Yo, the bag. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
another thing for serious sneakerheads like for me, go to Streets and everybody else out here. You know what I mean? Capsule. If you're a type of person want to take care of your grills, and you're a type of person you don't want to mess them up and have no crumbling, no yellow oxidation and everything like that, I prefer Capsule. You know what I mean? I just started with them. So I purchased some capsule bags off of them. You go to capsule.com, CAPSOLE.com, and you can take a look at it. They show you a video and everything that protects your grills and everything. It holds up to 20 years of life. Now, I want to say this to you too. If you got your sneakers in rotation, what you going to wear and what you going to switch out every single day, I don't recommend you putting that in that bag because you have to put air into the bag as an air cartridge. So the cartridge is expensive. So I won't recommend that. Now, if you're a type of person you go and just wear them every now and then I recommend you to put it in that bag. But if you're a type of person you're going to wear them on a regular, I don't recommend that. If you're a type of person you just buy them just to collect, I recommend you put it in that bag. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing, because I'm a restorer, and I restore the sneakers, and I get a lot of people that come to me, want the yellow taupe and the yellow oxidation removed. I up there going to tell you this, and I normally don't tell the secret of this, but I'm going to tell you a little something. Okay, the reason why y'all get yellow taupe on the shoe, and the reason why you get yellow oxidation on the shoe, because you up here keeping the paper in the box. Now, if you're a serious sneakerhead, like myself in Streets and a lot of others out there, you keep your paper, but you take it out the box. If you decide to keep the paper in the box, you get a 3M bag. You can buy them off of eBay. Is a chrome the 3M bag, and it keeps the moisture, it keeps the heat, it keeps the air. Well, the air going to get in because it's open. So let me rephrase that. It keeps the moisture and everything out of it in the heat, so your midsoles won't be turning yellow. And you know what I mean. And then another thing, they cost a little bit of money, but they don't cost as much as caps. If you really want to protect it, I prefer you get caps. Now with the 3M bag, you could keep the paper in the box. With capsule, you could keep the paper in the box, but you cannot keep the shoe in the box. Our grills cost too much money to be wasting, and then you got to come see somebody to restore them. That ain't no problem. If you want to spend the money, knock yourself out. I'm here. I restore for you. That ain't no problem. You want to spend all your money on me, and not just me, a lot of restorers out here, knock yourself out. But I wasn't going to say this because this is what I do. This is my profession. This is my business. But I'm just trying to help y'all out. You know what I mean? So I'm giving you a little sneaker tip. A lot of people not going to tell you that. You hearing it from AC. So I'm trying to help some of y'all out here what to do. Now y'all do what y'all want to do. You know what I mean? And you go to capsule, and then you just put it in the bag, and you good. You seen capsule, right, Streets?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was just waiting for you to finish talking, man. Yeah, that's a great idea for us sneakerheads, man. For sneakers like I don't really wear all the time. Definitely, I'm definitely gonna cop me some of those because look like it's keep them fresh. Because I don't wear my good stuff all the time. You know what I mean? And so it definitely keep it fresh, man. I looked at it with the oxidation. I mean, I'm sorry, it prevents the oxidation, but like I saw like the little pump, it fits you right back into your box and you on your way, man. You definitely got to cop that though, for real, for real. Because you can only wear one pair of sneakers, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go to drive one car though. So you gotta be able to hold it down, man, and keep them fresh, man. Put it in there, Bob. You know what I'm saying? And just rock them another day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's worth it. I wish they would have had this a long time ago. I'm new at it, so he's been out for a few years, and it is expensive. I mean, he want for 4 bags, he got for 140. Then he got a standard bag with the air cartridge, $40, and then he got 12 for 500. Most people buy the one for you get 4. You get the 4 bags, and you get the air cartridge. Most people buy that.
Right.
Hold on. Yeah, so most people buy that.
Okay.
So
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? That seems economical except for, if you got a lot of sneakerheads that got a lot, then just pay that 500 and get 12, knock 12 down at a time though. You feel me?
yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try her again. She's saying she
Okay.
couldn't get through. So I don't know. This is not good right here. Maybe because I got sent it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, keep up with that, man. That capsule thing is very good, man. I like that capsule thing. You know what I'm saying? Because as you get more and more pairs of sneakers, it definitely changes that dynamic. Because then you ain't gonna be wearing it. You might even forget about half the sneakers that you got, or shoes, or whatever boots you got, or whatever you know what I'm saying? You forget about them after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you're not an octopus. You can only wear one pair, you know what I mean, one pair of shoes anyway at one time, a pair of shoes. So you're not an octopus where you can rock all 8 of them at one time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, where you could rock like different pairs, like 2, 4, 6, 8, walk like 4 pairs at a time. You can't do that though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what that would be fire for that. Uh
coming to look at it, the Timberwolves just beat the Lakers, so that's cool.
Are you
I
looking
mean,
at? You was watching the
yeah,
game?
yeah, they up 3-1 now. Timberwolves up 3-1 now, so you know what I mean. So yeah, that was a good game right there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's pretty good, man. I'm liking these new stars coming out, man. New stars coming out, man. They fire, man. You know what I'm saying? They fire. These new stars that's coming out. It's fire, man. They something else, man. You know what I'm saying? I mess with them, man. For real, for real. And you know, I know it's not like really the old school days or whatever, but like just think about you coming up and you looking at them right now as a young jit, you know? And then you seeing what they doing and all that. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. And she said, I'm waiting for. Let me try to call her again.
Okay.
She's saying there's a problem with the bug fix or something. So I'm not sure.
Okay. You know. Well, you know what I'm saying? Summertime's coming up, man. Ready to start rocking something else, shorts and all that other good stuff, man, and some fresh pair of
Andre.
kicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And rocking the
Yes.
AC gear. Okay, Trey.
No, no, you good.
You know what I mean? And rocking the fresh pair of kicks and all that other stuff, bro. With the AC gear and shit like that, bro. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? You know, what y'all got, you know, all them sneaker world people out there, what y'all got planned for the summer, man? How y'all gonna rock y'all stuff, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, I do like to stay fresh though for the summer though. You know what I mean? Once you look good, you feel good. You know what I'm saying?
You got that right. You're absolutely right about that, and I
Like
agree
you
with you.
shine like a superstar right now. You know what I'm saying? So
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna she having some technical difficulties. I'm about to get ready to show the white cement 4. And because y'all didn't really get a chance to take a look at it. Till she be able to come on. And I don't want to hold everybody up. And we get this ball rolling. We're gonna do a little skipping because a lot of stuff we didn't get to yet. I'm going, you know what I mean? This is the white cement 4. I showed y'all what's going on down in Washington when the shoe sold, when the line was crazy. People out there 1 o'clock in the morning, the shoe sold out and everything. It I mean, that's a classic. I mean, you can't
yeah.
go wrong.
I never
1989.
why they do I guess back for 1989 that peso was fire. Now for me it's like but I do like with the cement with the black, mixing it like that. You know what I'm saying? I still would rock them though. I like it.
Got the 2016 joints. Mine look good, and I can sell mine and make a good penny off the ones I got. The 2016. The older
Right.
the year is, the more money they got.
Okay, okay.
You know what I mean? But
Fire. It's fire.
I mean, they did an early release down in certain places, and it's like I said, it's before. And I said one last time, it's sad because you got to pay all this money to get this, and you got to go certain places to get it with places that got high volume, and and it hurts everybody out here because everybody out here is trying to. It, it hurts everybody out here. So, or you know what I mean? Everybody can't get it.
Right. I get it. I get it. I get how they doing it like that though, Dre. I see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I
see
mean,
it.
I definitely got to get my hands on it. May gonna be the May gonna be it's gonna be a good month for sneaker releases in May because you got the grapes coming out as well. You got the rare airs coming out on the 30th. I mean, that's a cold one right there too. That shoe is very high in price. You know what I mean? Then after that, you know what I mean? The Ferraris.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's
I like
gonna be something exclusive right there. You know what I mean? Right here, I skipped this because you know what I mean. The igloo. You know what I mean? This more like for women's and stuff. You know.
that.
The rare air, we could take a look at them. This is gonna be a very exclusive.
Mhm. Okay. Now that you did the close up on it, looks better with the blue mesh. I thought it was just plain the way they have it, but nah, that blue bubble mesh looks cool like that blue. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll go with it. Looks better on a close up though. Yeah, and the close up look good.
Yeah. Yeah, she having some difficulty. She got to update her Zoom. And I probably bring her back in I say about probably in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
she having problems. She's saying she having problems with her Zoom. So she not gonna. I guess where it's going. She ain't gonna be with us in anything today. Is you know what I mean? I really don't like announcing people early
Right.
just in case
Right.
stuff happens. But I thought she was gonna be able to come on. But stuff happens. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people have problems getting on the Zoom and everything like that. I tell them to click the link, but they have technical difficulties. People not comfortable with it, and I respect it. Cause you know what I mean. And ladies and gentlemen, this is right here is the Air Jordan 11 Igloo, color white Igloo, and the release date is June 7th, 2025. Price 190, and the release date was on this is May 30th, and the price on the rare airs is 210. And I let y'all see that, and then we're gonna go to the other one. You know, man, we just talked about it. You got men wearing this shoe. I don't know what's going on. We got, you know what I mean? But and then we got a big exclusive right here of the Air Jordan 14 Ferrari color challenge, red, black, and the release date is June 11th, 25. Streets.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we got the release date of the Air Jordan 14 Ferraris color challenge, red and black. Release date
Nice.
June 11th. This shoe right here is going to be a very hard one to get. All red
Very cool.
suede, returning in June 25th. And the price on this again is $210. I can see this going to be exclusive to certain stores as well, and it's going to be a very hard one to get your hands on.
Nice, nice. Love those right there. Those are fire.
She said, wait, she's going to try her other computer in a minute.
Okay.
So we're going to wait. Then we got right here the Trophy Room X Air Jordan 6 color, white, crimson, black, court, purple style. Release
Well,
date, June 13th, 2025. They don't got a price on this. Michael Jordan's son got a trophy. He got a store down over there in Orlando, and already he got it all set up nice and everything like that. That's an exclusive shoe. You can't really see nothing because it's all
Blacked out.
you know what I mean. He don't want you to see what it is. It's just the 6. That's all we know. I don't, you know what I mean. It could be red. I don't know. He don't even got a price on it. Moving on. Now I'm going to skip 2. Well, we go right here, and then I go where I got to go. It don't make sense. Air Jordan 1 Low OG Wash Teal. Sail, Wash Teal, Pale, and Ivory. Release date June 18th, 2025. Price $140.
Nice. Different type of, if acid jeans was back out, those would be fire.
That's more like for females.
Yeah, like with acid jeans. Yeah, like acid jeans. Like dudes used to wear like the acid jean blue look. That would be fire with those.
You know what I
Some
mean?
people still wear those, but
Then we got another one right here. Air Jordan 1 Low. OG Rust Pink. Color white, black, rust pink. Release date June 21st, 2025. Price $140.
All right, those is like, the rust pink, guys are wearing pink now, or they don't really call it pink, they call it teal now, right? So, yeah, but this would be more like a female sneaker, this type of pink color, you know what I mean?
Then we got the one everybody was originally supposed to get. It's supposed to come out. The original release date for this, I forgot the original release date on this, but they pushed it back to the 21st because Nike up there playing with us. You know what I mean? This is right here. This is gonna sell out. The grapes.
Yes. The return of the Mac. Yes, it is.
This shoe right here is highly collective. It's up there with the Ferraris, and the retail price is $210. That shoe gonna sell out, and it's gonna do what it's gonna do. You know what I mean?
Right.
I won't be surprised they get these down in Washington. Then and now we got the undefeated X Air Jordan 4 OG, color deep green, Clementine, black seal. Release date June 21st, 25. Price $225.
That's my color right there, bro. Those is what I definitely want, those. That's my color.
This shoe right here is gonna be very hard to get your hands on. It's gonna be very hard. Oh, I got her coming in. So hold on. I just admitted her. So I think we're just waiting on her.
Okay, can you see me?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
see.
you can.
Hey,
Oh, sorry,
wait,
my
wait.
computer
Yeah.
is. Sorry, I apologize, y'all.
No,
No
you good.
problem.
Wait, let me introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, the queen of the hour is here. She go by the name of Clay Customs, and she does outstanding work. Clay, welcome to the AC Sneaker Restoration Show, and also my co-host, MC Streets.
Well, thanks for having me. Nice to meet you.
Welcome, Queen. Welcome, Queen.
So, Clay, where you from?
So I'm from Houston, I'm from Texas.
What inspired you to get into the sneaker game?
That's a loaded question. So, for one, I've always been like a sneaker connoisseur. Like even growing up, I always was really into sneakers. So I always had that like for sneakers. And then I would say probably around college, I have a cousin. He's about the same age as me, but he took the entrepreneurial route, and he had a barbershop, and I mean he was killing it. Like y'all may have seen his work. His name was Valdez the Barber, and he was going all across America, like to Africa and Mexico and all different type of places, showing people how to do the like the installs, you know, like when the guys are ball and then they end up having like a fade. He was like one of the
Yeah.
first people to kind of do that. And
So he was fixing the backwards phase, basically.
yeah. Like he was killing it. And I'm talking about like 2011, 2010, like when it wasn't even popular yet. He was
Right.
already doing it. So he was doing that, and one day, me and some family members was at his house, and he like he was so cold with it, he converted the front half of his house into a barbershop. So like we was in his barbershop at his house, but we were over there, and I think it was maybe like my sophomore year in college, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just there, you know. I got a scholarship, so I was like, okay, I'll go. But he was talking to us, and he was like, man, I'm doing all of this off of something, you know, that I love. Like I got into something that I wanted to do, and he was like, and if you could get into it and you know do it well enough, he's like, you could, you know, basically live like me. And I was like, okay. And then what really got me was he had a Camaro at the time, so let's say it was like 2014. So the Camaro
Right.
was like a 2013, 2014. So it was like new. And he was
Right.
saying that he was paying a note on it, but he realized that him paying the note would have been paying too much. So he dropped, I think he said like 22,000 on it. And I was like, you did that off of cutting hair? You know, doing something that you wanted to do?
Right.
So after he told me that, I was like, I gotta figure this out. I like shoes. I'm pretty creative. People always say, you know, like, oh, you got, you know, different colorways and this and that. Like I was always into, you know, just seeing what shoes was coming out. Like 23 is back. I was on it all the time. I want to know like what colors was coming out, you know, what was
Yeah.
gonna happen next. So
Right.
I got on YouTube and saw how to do it, and it's been a wrap from there.
How
Yeah.
long you been doing it? How long you been doing it?
On and off. I started maybe like 2014, 2015. I was in college, just taking
So you
shoes
did
that
it.
I had, and I was just, you know, throwing paint on there, just testing it. And then I kind of started posting it, and you know, it was different. So people was like, okay, you know, like that's cool, that's different. And then I graduated. I got a real job. You know, I went. I'm a teacher, so I started teaching for a while, and then I was like, well, I just, you know, do this, but I don't know, some kind of drew me back to it, and I was like, well, I can at least, you know, just still post it. And then after that, it just kind of took off. Like I got recognized by the Houston Rockets 3 times in
Mm.
a row. After that,
That's congratulations.
thank you. And I
That's
mean,
huge.
I wasn't even posting for real. I was kind of just, you know, throwing some stuff online, just, you know, just showing people what I was doing in my spare time. And I got contacted by them, and then after that, I got contacted by one of the Nickelodeon characters. He's a Power Ranger, and he wanted a pair of cleats. Yeah, so and then it just
Wow.
kind of just kept going up and up from there. So I was like, well, yeah, I'll make it
That's
work.
God.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
God and Jesus right there. God and Jesus is amazing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You do amazing things all the time. Well, you at
Amen.
least expect
And that's what it was. I really did least suspect it. I was a kindergarten teacher, you know, just posting it online, and I got a DM from the Rockets, and I'm like, you know, I'm thinking somebody playing with me. So I was like,
Yeah.
so I just responded. And then next thing I know, they sent an email with the official logo. And I was like, okay, well, y'all might be telling the truth. Then when they told me to come to the to the arena to pick up the shoes to customize them, I was like, oh, this legit.
Mm.
I just been trying to
Whose shoes did you
elevate.
do?
So they did something called Sneaker Lane.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it was me and a few other customizers, but I was the only girl there. And we
Mm.
customized shoes, and they pretty much put it in like they have a suite, and it's called the sneaker suite. So when you
Mm.
walk in, it's pretty much just dedicated to basketball and sneakers. And so they took
Mm.
all our shoes and they put it in there. And then they ended up doing like a award like for the one that had the most votes. And I
Right.
didn't win, but I mean, shoot, the experience was, you know, it was still pretty cool. So
Right, that was fire right there for you,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, something I
Yeah,
could, you know, put on my resume.
yeah. So
Oh yeah, no, you got a nice resume. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, Trey.
You got
No,
a nice
how,
resume.
Appreciate it.
yeah. So how did you feel? How did you feel like being the only female there and like breaking into this field, like where they chose you and then the other guys were there? Did they make you feel awkward? Did they give you a side eye? How'd you feel?
No, so honestly, like I don't know about the sneaker community everywhere else, but I know the sneaker customizing community here in Houston, even though Houston is pretty big, it's still kind of small knit. You know, we all kind of know
Right.
each
Right.
other. So
Mhm.
it pretty much kind of like took me under their wing, you know, like when they saw me, you know, they congratulated me, like, you know, wow, that's cool, you know, you're the only girl here. And, you know, like,
Yeah,
and of course, you know, I gave them compliments on their work as well, you know, because
of
we
course.
were all, you know, just excited to be there. You know, we just wanted the opportunity. We was glad to be there. You know, we was glad to showcase our talent. We, you know, we
Mm.
got to meet a lot of fans because when they did it, like they had like Rockets fans there. So while we was customizing, they was walking by watching us customize, you know, like
Mm.
asking us about our social medias and stuff, you know, just seeing
Right.
like what designs we had and things like that. So it was more so the experience, like it was no animosity, you know, anywhere there.
Mm.
And then the guy that won, me and him are real cool. Like we still talk to this day. So
Okay.
yeah, like we're pretty
Wow.
close. And then every year after that they kind of invited like the same people. So
Mm.
at that point, I wasn't really even doing it for like the award. I just wanted to be there. You know, I was
Right.
enjoying the fun. Like just being at the
Oh, that's
stadium,
great.
customizing in front of the, you know, the customers and stuff and just,
Right, right.
you know, just being in the atmosphere. Cause I like basketball too. So it was like a, you know, a double, like I guess 2 for 1. Let's put it like that.
2 for 1, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
You
so,
talking to two ball players, girl.
Okay, okay.
and like, yeah, sometimes the best things in life are freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to look for a reward because the reward is going to come from your hard work and everybody looking at you. All
Yeah.
right. So real quick, I know we won't keep you on too long, but like, what do you think as you being a female in the game? I know this whole thing is a copycat type of league and everything. What do
Yeah.
you think that you've done differently? I see some of the stuff that you've done differently, but like, what you think you've done differently, like as far as a sneaker customizer?
Well, so for one, I've already like growing up, I always wanted to go the opposite route, you know, of everybody else.
Right.
You know, like
Mhm.
when the shoes would come out, you know, like if it was a popular like Christmas Jordan, you know, everybody would come in with the Concords, everybody would come in with the Bread 11s. And so me, it was like if I did get it, like if I really wanted to shoot that bad and I did get it, I had to find a way to fix it. You know, like I would, if I knew everybody was gonna get them, they was gonna wear them the way they came. I would switch
Mm.
laces or maybe lace them backwards, you know, or just do
Right, right.
something to be like, oh, you got them, but how you get them? Like yours look different because I didn't not looking the same as everybody else's. So I,
Right.
when I incorporate that with customizing, you're right, it is a copycat. But I'll see stuff and I'll be like, okay, you know, they did this. You know, they'll like people was doing kind of like the drip. You know, they was taking the Nike check and doing like the little drip, like the Nike slime drip and stuff. So I
Yeah,
was
last
like,
seen
yeah,
I seen that one that you did. And you had like the drip on the side. I was fire though. And that's
yeah.
kind
So
of different. It's like a paint drip on the side. Yeah, I
yeah,
saw that. I see you. I checked you. And plus you had a Commanders one that you did. You didn't do it the new Commanders way. You did the old Redskins way. Because I'm a
yeah.
Redskins fan too. I see
Okay,
you.
okay.
All right. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
That's
no,
good.
that's cool. But that's pretty much what I did. You know, instead of seeing people drawing it, I was like, well, how can I make the like real drip? You know, that's
Mhm.
wearable. So then I, you
Yeah.
know, YouTube, everything's on YouTube. I went to YouTube, saw that another guy had did it, and I was like, okay, well, let me try. You know, I did it, and then everybody was, you know, coming to me like, well, how'd you do that? You know, like, how's it
Yeah.
not chipping? How's it not peeling? You know, how's it not doing this and that? And I'm like,
Right.
I don't know. You know, I just did it. And,
You know,
yeah, I did that, and then I took like popular shoes and tried to do like colors that we hadn't seen it. You know, like these 11s. You know, everybody
right.
see the 11s, but you ain't seen a yellow pair. You know, so it's kind of like
Nah.
You
yeah.
did that?
So yeah, I did these.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hard.
Appreciate
Stop
it.
playing. You now show to the camera again, man. Everybody see that for real. I need to see it real good, girl. And you got your keychain, girl. That's fire. You about to get a job for Nike.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna be going to Portland, Oregon with me. We're gonna be down at the table, sitting down discussing sneakers.
Hey, I wouldn't mind.
Got that right.
Yeah, that is fine. That's fine.
That's
Yeah,
right.
appreciate it.
So
And then you know,
I'm gonna.
no, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't got
Oh,
you.
I was gonna say, so then I saw like the color changing. So I was like, okay, I want to try that. So I tried that. I did a pair of shoes. Actually, I think I still have them. Because the dude I was trying to give them to, he ended up passing before I was even able to give them to him. So I still got those. But
Oh, yeah.
Sorry
yeah,
to hear that.
thank you. But yeah, I just try to find things that if I can think it, I'm gonna try to see if I can do it, you know. And then also with me being a girl in the game, a lot of guys don't like to touch the glittery stuff, you know, like they not bedazzling, they not putting glitter on the you know, they will, but they don't
I
want to
see,
do
I
it.
see, I see. Sorry to cut you off. I
No,
seen that on there. The high top ones that you did, the
yeah,
Converses and all that. Okay, fire. Okay, you go
yeah,
there. You
yeah.
go.
And I still got a few pair. I mean, if y'all want to see them, like I still had these, the ones you was talking
Okay,
about.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
them
see,
right
most
there.
guys
Look
they're
better
not
on camera, girl.
yeah, they're not gonna want to do stuff like that. So I think
Right,
that, and you know, just different stuff. So like stuff like that,
right.
I don't know. I don't mind. And then I think also too, with me being a girl, more girls that like shoes, they'll message me over the guys because they feel like, okay, she'll understand. You know,
Hmm.
if I want pink or if I want
Hmm.
gold or if I want lace, she'll.
Right.
So I get to create. I feel like I have the best of both worlds because I get to create a little bit of both sides.
Right. And what do you think? What do you think about like the women's game in their sneakers? What do you think about that? Like, just the women game, period. It could be running, basketball, volleyball. What do you think about that though, as far as like with their sneaker game? You think they could be, instead of them copycatting the men's, you think they need to have their own really? I mean, do they really do have their own though, kind of, like the big stars, right? But most of the time it's mostly they copycat the men's or they're wearing the men's. What do you think more about that? Like about how that evolution should go.
I mean, I think they should just give us more opportunity. Cause I mean, when you think about it, some of the coldest shoes kind of came when they collaborated with a girl, you know, like the Tiana
Mm.
Taylor ones, you know, the
Okay,
Rose
okay,
the
right,
Concrete. Those were pretty cool, you know, and they
right.
gave her the opportunity to do it. Then they had
Mm,
those I can't think of the name, but they were a pair of Reeboks. Reebok
mm,
had did the questions and they did a collab with I think her name was Melody, but they were like
mm,
all tan with the black. Like
mm.
those were really fire. And it was like, you know, I feel like when they give the women opportunity to kind of work, you know, with them, they come up with some good
Right.
ones. Even what's the new girl, Asia?
Yeah.
You just dropped those new Nikes, the pink ones, the one
Right.
they like all pink with the check, they like shades of pink. Like I've been seeing a lot of men wearing them. So
Oh,
yeah, so
wow.
it's kind of like I feel like once we get the opportunity,
Right.
we usually deliver, you know, or at least give y'all something at least creative enough to be like,
Of
that's a
course, of
collector's
course.
item. Yeah.
Right. I agree with that. I just wanted to get your opinion on that really real quick.
Yeah. But that's what I think.
You know?
Where
Okay.
where do you get your amazing ideas and your ideas and your creativity from?
It's just all me, man. I have a big family, so I'm a people's person and I like to explore. So I'm always online looking at this, looking at different stuff. Like I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on all that. So pretty much if I see something, I can kind of see something and just be like, I want to do that. You know, like like the other day, I saw a guy. He made a sweatshirt and he made it with like cotton balls. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I need some cotton ball Tims. You know, or like some cotton ball Air
Ah,
Forces. Like just I just be looking at stuff and I'm like, I want to try that.
right.
You know, like the Letterman. You know, like it's about to be senior season, and I'm like, man,
Mm,
how dope would it be for a kid to have like a Leatherman pair of like Air Forces, you know, with like the
right.
patches on it or something like that. You know, so I just look at stuff and I'm like, my brain just started working and I'm like, okay, how could I do this? You know, how could I do that?
Well, I think you're different already by putting like, like how they had the silhouette, like Jordan had a silhouette, Shaq got a silhouette. By putting, can you imagine it with you doing your digital right now and you doing actually like a silhouette of them, but like human like? And now that silhouette, they wouldn't have a silhouette. They'd have actually had Jordan doing his pose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the sneaker instead of a silhouette, how it is now. You know what I mean? So I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
you got, that's different when you put that you did that comedian's face on the thing. I think that was totally different. I don't think I've never seen nobody do that. That was one of the
Yeah.
things I think that you did differently by putting a person's face on a sneaker. I think they put characters. I never had like a person's human face on there like
Yeah.
how you did it. That
You
that
talking
Right.
about
that
Gary Owens?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're right.
That,
You're
that
right.
was that was something that I wanted. I thought you would probably say that was something you were the first originators on it, and you're a female too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, that
Was
I
that?
that wasn't I wasn't the first one to do it.
Oh,
So I saw somebody else do it, and I YouTubed it, figured it out, and then I just kind of I may have been
okay.
first to expose it to a lot of people, but I definitely wasn't the first. The first person I seen do it, his name is AK Customs. He was the
Okay.
first person I seen do it, and his work is amazing. Like he's a Houston customizer, and you talking about like realistic. I seen this dude. He painted the NBA hardboard floor on a pair of shoes, and you couldn't tell me that wasn't actually the floor. Like it looked
Right.
so realistic.
Wow.
So yeah,
Well,
I got that from him actually.
Okay.
what I was gonna say, Clay, we all gotta take copy somebody because I do restoration and everything too. So it's not like we're the first one that do it. As long as it comes out great and everything like that, that's all that matters. Or you could do better than somebody else's. You know what I mean?
And when I think about it too, I think about music. You know, some of my favorite songs today, they just remakes of stuff, that our parents or grandparents listen to.
Right. I
You know,
get it.
so, and they still getting Grammys off of, and then you'll be riding down the street, and you'll be like, I know this, but I ain't never heard the song, cause so and so is using it right now. Or you hearing it through somebody else's beat. So, and then also, if you, I like to watch like interviews with different millionaires and billionaires and stuff, and they always say the same thing. Like there's nothing new under the sun. Like if it's something you like, just take that idea and you just make it your own. Cause you may like it, but it's new to somebody else. You know. I think about like burger places. McDonald's. McDonald's is not the only place that sells a burger. But Burger
That's
King,
right.
you got Wendy's, you got Jack in the Box, but they all still making money. And some people, even though they all selling the same exact thing, they may hate the other one. People hate Sonic. Some people hate Wendy's. Some people hate Burger King, but at the end of the day, they all selling you a burger.
Well, I just don't like Sonic because it reminds you of cafeteria food, but
You know what I'm saying? But so where you get your burgers from?
well, I like I'm more of like a Wendy's type of guy, or I like to get like or try like little hole in the wall places. You know what I mean? That give you
Yeah.
that little TLC with more meat, and they might give you this and just a little homemade touch. You know what I mean? The mom and pop type of things. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
got one more question for you though.
Okay.
What is the perfect sneaker for Clay Customs to do? Like, it could be a boot, it could be a shoe, it could be a sandal. What would be the perfect one you would do? And then you would say, well, all right, this is the one I'm going to send out in the mass retail and sell this at under my name. If you were to make a shoe and if you wanted to do something like that.
Um, That's a good question. Honestly, I would probably say I feel like as far as like popularity, it would probably have to be a Jordan silhouette, like any
Okay.
Jordan silhouette, because
Okay.
with Nike, like with Air Force Ones, they're easier to customize. But
Right.
I mean, Air Force Ones already kind of,
Right.
they like to like experiment. So I feel like even if I did it, most people probably wouldn't know if I did it or Nike did it. So maybe not that one. And then like other brands like Reeboks, Converses, a lot of people they'll like the shoe, but it's a lot harder for people to actually go in the store and just buy that. The popularity on those are not.
Like,
It's
so
not.
you would say you go with like something like you said you go with a Jordan silhouette. You would go with a Yeezy or something of that nature.
Nah, because I feel like Yeezy shoes. I feel like his customer base, they like simplistic, and I'm not simplistic.
I feel
You
that.
know.
That's a good answer to the question.
Yeah,
Very
because he do a lot of black, white, tan,
right.
distress. It's not
Okay.
really much to it. So I feel like if I was to put my twist to it, a lot of people would probably be like, that's not even my style. So they'll look at it, but if I'm thinking of a shoe, a silhouette that I know I could customize and it'll still catch people's attention and still probably get that notoriety, I feel like it have to be a Jordan silhouette. Any
Okay.
Jordan silhouette.
Anyone. Okay.
Yeah, what is your favorite sneaker of all time?
My favorite sneaker all the time. Uh, dang, it's a good one. My favorite sneaker all the time. You want like it could be
Do whatever you like, girl. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Dang. That's a good question. My favorite sneaker. I'm about to say the Jordan 11s. Any color of the Jordan 11s. Those are that's definitely my favorite. Like if I can go to the store right now and I can get every colorway of a shoe that came out, it'll be that shoe, a Jordan 11.
Yeah, I agree with you because I like them too, and I like the black varsity red, and
Yeah.
also they just had a release yesterday. Me and Streets was talking about it, and it would have been nice if they would have came out with the men's high. I just had the women's that came out not too long ago,
Yeah.
and also the Columbia 11s too, and I have a
Oh,
pair
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, they're nice too, yeah.
And it goes with what both of us got on because we both like the Carolina blue, so the powder blue. So it goes what
Oh,
we got
yeah.
on.
Yeah, you're right. And I feel like
That's
that shoe you could just wear with anything, you know?
Exactly.
Right.
Like it's just that it's just diverse enough to be worn at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that one.
let's talk about some of your customs you do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I know you get your creativity because you made some nice customs like the Scooby Doo, Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you be doing some fire. You did a Nike dunk and you dunked it in glitter. I was like, wow. And then the other thing too, you're gonna have everybody around the world doing this, all these kids and stuff. You up there be coming with all the sauces and stuff. You're gonna have everybody around America gonna be thinking, but
They do that.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna say too much about it because that's your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like how you do it. You know what I mean? It's nice. But you're gonna have these kids out here gonna be taking the sauce, dumping it in the box in a sneaker and everything, thinking the shoe gonna come out the way you do it.
Yeah, you're right. And then I be trying to tell them like, you can't do that. But I mean, you're right. People gonna do what they want to do regardless. So
Right. They look at that like how you put like chicken wings in a bag or something like that and mix it up with flour to season it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much. You fooling them though with that way. You fooling with that way.
But you know the funny thing is, I saw somebody else do something similar. He didn't necessarily do what I did, but I wasn't getting a lot of views at the time, so I was brainstorming, with my team and kind of talking like with some friends of mine, and I was like, man, I got to figure out, because like my work is good, but I'm not getting a lot of views, so I was kind of showing like my friends and stuff like some videos, and it was this one guy, he had like did like a pair of like brown forces, and he had like the Cocoa Pebbles cereal box, and he took the cereal box and he poured it on the shoes. Like he had a pair of white forces, poured it on the shoes, and then after he poured it on the shoes, opened the box, they were brown. And I'm like, man, that's corny. And all my friends and stuff, they was like, man, that's cool. And I'm like, yeah, like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Because I mean, me being a customizer, I know what he did. Like, I know he just took the shoe, poured the box, on the shoe, and then opened it up, swapped the shoes out, and then, and showed it to us. So to me, I'm like, I'm trying to scroll past it. But they was all stuck on that video. And then I looked at his analytics, and that video was like most viral for him. And I'm like, man, what? I'm like, but he ain't even, like me. I'm like, man, if I was gonna do it, I would have poured milk in there and, and made it look like I'm eating this shit. And they like, do it. And I'm like, I'll try it. I did it, and it just took off. Like, because I kind of had to take myself out of who I am, and I realized like with the internet, a lot of times, as the person creating content, we see it so much. It's just like, man, everybody know this, but then I'll post something and I'll be shocked at how many people don't know it, or don't recognize like, XYZ, so it's kind of like I had to kind of start making my content for like the 5th grade level, like to realize like, okay, I got to make something that anybody can watch and still be like, that's entertained. Cool. Yeah, that's entertained, or like just still like, just like mesmerized. I want to see like what's gonna happen. So I did it and it took off and I was like, oh shoot, this is easy. Like, cause I'm already a creative person. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, I get a piece of, I'm just like, I'm just thinking of shoe color designs and what I could do. I did like a red, I did the red cleats and I'm like, well, shoot, red, I'm thinking hot. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll put hot sauce in there,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'll pour it in there and do this. And then the funny thing is, like, it started getting so much traction that the brands I was using, they started like commenting. Like I did Louisiana Red Hot, they commented and shared it on their page. Then I did it's a brand called
Got their
Olipop.
attention.
Huh? Yeah, I
They
caught that.
got their attention. They got to start paying you.
I wish.
What you can do is you go you don't have to. Cause my camera guy tell me this all the time. He was like, Andre, stop showing people the names of stuff because we ain't getting paid for this. So we just gonna go without this. And he be telling me all the time when I do my Toro videos and everything. He tells me that all the time. We ain't gonna mention no names. We ain't getting paid for the show or anything. Like you might have to start just say hot sauce and don't put Frank's Red Hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what
You
you're
might
saying.
have to just wrap it up and cover up the name and things like that. Because we're not getting we ain't getting paid for this, and we should be getting paid for what we do because we professionals out here.
You're right. That's facts. That is true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we should be getting compensated for all this stuff. But we're working towards that. We're working towards that. Me, you, and Streets is all working towards that. And also what you do too with the box, people don't understand. There's the show and there's the business.
Yeah.
It's show business. So it's entertainment. It's entertainment at one point, but on the left side, but on the right side, there's somebody up there like this. Okay, pay me. You know what I mean? You got the person over there handling the business, and me and you doing the work, and we putting on a show for the whole United States of America over here.
Yeah, that's true.
So when we do our Toro videos, we putting on a show. So we showcase it. We can't show everything. You got to try to figure it out. You know what I mean? And then you can't figure it out. Hey, that's great. So if you need business, you know where to come. Come to Clay Customs. You come to AC Sneaker Restoration.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about it like that.
She does the artwork. I do the restoration.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? So and that's that. I see you did something for the Brat. I see you did something for the Brat or something like that. You up there, you all over the place with the Houston Rockets, and that's great and everything like that. I'm trying to get up there with you, girl. I might hang out with you for a couple of days. Get some notoriety.
Honestly though, with a lot of those opportunities, besides the Rockets reached out to me. But then after that, most of the other opportunities was just me just going for it. I saw that the Brat was gonna be at she was doing a meet and greet in Dallas, and I'm in Houston, so that was like a 3-hour ride. But I saw she was gonna be there. I looked up her shoe size, and I was like, I'm just gonna go. Like I did the shoes. I did a pair of shoes for her baby at the time, and I didn't even know what it was. I don't even think she knew what it was. We didn't know if it was gonna be a girl or a boy. But I'm like, it's gonna be a baby. So I just got some baby shoes, did it, pulled up, gave it to her, recorded her reaction, and then everybody, was just like, wow, that's cool. And then like even with Gary Owens, I knew he was coming to town. I'd already had tickets for his show. I found out who his manager was, reached out to him. And he was like, yeah, like we'll take him. Then I went up there to give it to him, and he let me do a meet and greet for free, me and my best friend. So,
That's
like
cool.
a lot of them opportunities, I think the problem is a lot of people feel like opportunities are supposed to fall in our lap, and they do sometimes. If you do what you're supposed to be doing.
That's God, girl. That's God's work.
Yeah, but sometimes you kind of gotta put a little effort in too. And I feel like a lot of people just feel like, oh, they reached out to me or they just came to me, and it was like not all the time. Sometimes I had to go out there and go get it. Like they say, faith without works. I had to put in a little work too, and then some came my way. But then also some I had to go get, like when I did that, I did a jersey for Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla. That just came to me. But it was
that's fine. That's fine. And she's hot right now. Because I like listening to Glorilla and all that music. She's hot. That's a bad boy. She representing y'all. She from Texas.
Yeah.
You met her?
I didn't get to meet her, but I do have a picture of her with my work.
You will.
Copy that.
You're gonna
Copy
meet
that.
everybody. You don't gotta worry about that, girl.
Well, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Because see, over here, when they had stuff, because me and Streets, I'm from New Jersey, Streets from New York.
Okay.
So when they had stuff going on, but Streets don't live in New York right now or New Jersey right now. He stay on Ohio.
Okay.
So when over here, it's hard to get backstage to meet people. You got to know somebody up this way to get back there. You know what I mean? You're fortunate down there. You could just walk. You could get to these people. Up here, you can't do that.
Okay.
I used to live in Florida. For a little short period of time, and Streets used to live out there as well. And you see famous people all the time.
Yeah.
You come to New York and New Jersey, you don't see them.
Really?
You don't see them. What I mean by you don't see them is very hard to get to see them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Very hard to see them. Because you don't see that on a regular, every single, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't see them unless you go into the show or something like that. You can't even get those type of passes. But when you go like to the West or you go to the South, it's a lot easier. It's more open. They don't even walk with no security guards or nothing. They just be, you go to Florida, I see famous people all the time. They don't even walk with security. They don't walk with no security. They just walk.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's different down there, but up here, I don't know. It's just a different breed of this way. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I'm gonna get there. I ain't worried about it. It's gonna take time. We're gonna get there. In Streets too.
You got it. Y'all got it. Y'all can do it. Just keep putting out the content, and just learning to develop. I think that's really what got me where I'm at. Like not getting comfortable. The cousin that I was telling y'all about that had the barbershop, he would always say that. He'd be like, I call him and tell him like, hey man, I did XYZ. He'd be like, okay, what's next? Like
Right. On to the next one.
Yeah, no, don't get comfortable, because when you get comfortable, that's when you get behind. He would always say that, like, okay, now.
You gotta be hungry.
Yeah, like, okay, that's good. Now who else you gonna work with? What else you gonna do? Like you should be 5 steps ahead of yourself. Like, cause all that time you basking in what's going on, somebody else already put out 5 more, videos. So okay, that's cool, enjoy it, and then move on. So yeah, I feel like long as long as y'all just keep putting out the content, working, doing whatever y'all doing, like looking online to see like, okay, how can I better this? Tweak one thing every day, that 1% every day, it'll add up.
Yeah.
Thank you for that advice.
Yeah, no problem.
And me and you started, I wanted to say that you up there said when you started, me and you started around the same time.
Yeah.
So I started in 14 too.
Okay.
So me and you came on the scene around the same time. 2014 was just a year, and I was sponsored on the pro team, Turtle Feathers out of Bryson, North Carolina, and I wasn't taking it that serious at the time. I ain't gonna front, because I used to play a lot of hoops, and I was trying to go to the pros. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. And I was trying out for schools and out the state and everything, and I wasn't trying to take it. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, and I just jumped back into it, and then I said, you know what? Let me just do the daggone thing. But I wasn't looking for nothing out of it though. But Turtle Feathers out of Bryson, North Carolina, they wasn't paying me. But I was dumbfounded. I didn't know, because I was just doing it for kicks. But what I was they was giving me free supplies, paints. They was giving me everything. They gave me a Jordan Collector paint kit, all that stuff. I didn't have to pay for none of this stuff. Anything I needed, I just called them. They just sent it to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm more knowledgeable in the game now, but I was 30. I started when I was 36. I'm 46 now. So I you know what I mean? I've been in this game. I mean, you've been in the game around the same time. So, I mean, you got to put in your dues. You got to put in your dues, and you got to put in your work. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, but if anything, I don't got anything else for you. If you like to shout out your information, anybody need any work done, anything like that, you know what I mean? You're more welcome to go ahead. If they need anything, you go ahead and say it.
Okay.
How they can get in contact with you.
Well, so I'm on Facebook and my name is just Clarion, Clarion. I'm probably about the only black one on there. I know some people name is Clarion, but it's like they either like Chinese or something. So if you type it in, I'm probably gonna be the only one that pop up. And on all my other social medias, it's Clay's Customs. So Clays and then customs with an S and then an exclamation mark at the end. So that's it. But at the moment, I'm not necessarily taking orders. I'm kind of focusing more on like showing other people how to customize and like
Mm.
just doing other stuff. Like I've been bedazzling a lot and just making just like different like content. Cause you know the shoe scene is getting a little saturated right now. And it's not that like I know it won't, I can't do well. It's just I'm trying to like figure out what other stuff I can add, to my portfolio,
To
So
take it to another level. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Fly
yeah,
like fly. Keep on flying, girl. Higher,
yeah,
higher.
yeah,
And, you
appreciate
know,
it.
and treat everybody like rocket boosters. Everybody ain't gonna make it the same way. You gonna keep on going. They gonna drop off like rocket boosters. You gonna keep on going to the
Yeah,
stars.
facts. That's facts. And
And
I
if,
don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
now go ahead. Now go ahead.
No,
I
no,
talk to you.
you got it.
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. But I was gonna say, it's a YouTuber on YouTube named Marco. I don't know if you ever seen him. This little white guy, and he customized shoes. And I be watching his page, and I'm like, man, this dude got like I want to say like 2 million followers, and I mean
Mm.
like his work is fire. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to get to that level. So I was watching the interview, and he said that he kind of had to stop focusing more on creating shoes for people, like at working, like I guess taking orders and more so just focusing on customizing shoes and giving the story behind it. So I'm trying to
Mm.
learn how to take that aspect. So I'm not taking as many orders right now. It's more like passion orders, instead of just,
Mm.
hey, I want a pair of shoes just because. I'm trying to like build up a team of other customizers, that's customizing. And then whenever somebody say like, hey, I want cleats, all right, I got somebody for that. Hey, kind of like you say you do restorations. So next time somebody asks me, I'm sending them your stuff, or
Oh,
next time somebody, yeah,
and, and the proof is in the pudding too, because it's up there. So you know what I mean. It speaks for itself, as you see.
yeah,
It ain't nothing to talk about. It's self-explanatory. It's like me and you.
exactly,
Your work self-explanatory. Mine ain't nothing to talk about. The only thing to talk about is this.
exactly, yeah.
That's all we gotta talk about is the
Yeah.
money. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. So, yeah. So as of right now, I'm not really taking any new customers. But if they, want to see my work or just enjoy the content that I'm putting out there, they can definitely. And even if they still do want something, I'll guarantee I got somebody that'll do it, and the work is quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
You backed up, and I don't blame you because I'm backed up. I'm not going to be taking all this stuff because you got to get this stuff out at a presentable time, and you can't
Exactly.
be greedy for money and all that stuff either because you don't want to end up losing customers and people start talking about you, and then, you know what I mean. You don't want no bad vibe going on because when I get a little busy, I get a certain amount of customers, and I say, look, check back with me in a certain amount of time, and I let you know if I'm taking anything in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because some of the waiting lists, is they be booked. I see like 6 months, a year. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I mean, they be booked. And you only could do so much, especially if it's just you. And it's like that with myself. You only could do so much work.
That's true.
And, and you ain't gonna be greedy and drown yourself and have a disappointment for people because you got to get these orders out.
Yeah.
And the work with me and you do is no joke. Being up real late at night, staying up 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, you trying to get it done so you could make a delivery on time. Then you got to
Mm-hmm.
worry about try time and everything else like that. You got to make sure it's all right. There's no people. See, people don't understand what me and you do. They just see what goes on on camera. They don't see you. You only could do so much, and
Yeah.
the rest you got to try to figure it out. You
Yeah.
understand?
They see a
And
30-minute clip. Well, not even 30 minutes. They see a 30-second clip of 30 hours.
Yeah, right.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But they don't see they don't see the hard work being up late at night
Yeah.
working for them, trying to get the product right, making sure it's right for them, and they can be happy with it and come on back and bring other people. They
Exactly.
just see just the video. The video could be like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Oh, is a 1 day process. Some things is for me, some things is a 1 day process, like a reglue or something like that. You know what I mean? Certain things, but certain things is not a 1 day process.
Yeah, especially when you got 30 orders. There's only 30 days in that month, and everybody wants, So yeah.
Well, if you got 30 orders, you gotta tell them like, look, you know what I mean? I get back to you in 3 weeks or a month. So in the meantime, you got to try to get as much done, you know what I mean? But you don't want to overwhelm yourself with so much work and you can't get it done and deliver on your promise. You know what I mean?
But I think what makes it hard also right now too, we live in such an instant world, with Amazon, you can order something and literally get it that same day, or the next day and stuff like that, with fast food and stuff. So a lot of time, I'll tell people like, hey, it's gonna take about at least 3 weeks because sometimes the shoe they want, the store don't even have it. I gotta order it. And it ain't like they just Nike ain't gonna just drop it off to me tonight because I'm me, they gonna see they order and be like, okay, well, we'll get it to you within 7 to 14 days. Which means I still gotta get it and still work on it. I might not have the color you want. They might want burgundy and I'm out of burgundy. That mean I gotta order that, and a lot of the times Amazon don't have every color. So if I gotta get it from Angelus or from Alpha 6, it's gonna take a whole nother
gotta wait.
Yeah.
You gotta wait.
Facts. So I feel like a lot of times people, I tell them like, hey, it might take 3 weeks to a month, 4 weeks, it might be a month. And they'll be like, okay, in the beginning. But then once they see I'm posting shoes, because I got old content, it's like, what, are you done with mine? Are you working on mine? Where's mine? And it's like, I did not say 4 weeks. Like
they don't get it. They don't get it because
what you're doing.
What you're doing is that's old. That's work you just did, and you just releasing that work. But in the meantime, you working on nerves, or you just about to get to it, or you waiting on supplies. You keeping yourself relevant.
Yeah.
Because you don't want people to forget you. Because in this game, they will forget you. You understand? So then it's hard to get your fan base back and everything like that. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. And it's hard for me to get into the lab doing the restoration and everything like that. So when I go back, I have this podcast going and I have that going. It's not easy doing what me and you do, and people think it's a 1, 2, 3 process, and it's not.
Yeah.
And I look at it like this: if they gonna rush me or harass me or call me, I just give them their product back and say, "Look, go so well." Do you know why they're not doing that? You know why? Because they don't got nowhere else to go. Because if they have somewhere else to go, they go. And then on top of that, they respect our work so much, they're not going to go nowhere. I understand they want the product. I understand they want the product back. I want to give it back to them. But they got to have patience because in this game, you got to take your time. One little slip up or one little mistake could cost your life in this game. And then you could be unforgotten. You could be forget about. Yeah. So I'd rather just take my time and do what I have to do. If you're going to harass me for an order or anything like that, I tell you straight to your face, you're more welcome to keep it. I get back to you when I tell you. I can tell you the shoe be done in 2 weeks, and I can have the shoe done in 3 days. I just told you that because I don't want you harassing me. Yeah. And then I get some people be telling me, oh, just take your time because I got to get the money up. I said, excuse me? This is a business. This is not what you think this is. Nah, I want to do what I got to do because I want to get paid and get you out of my face.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a business, not a wholesales club. And people get the game twisted and they up there thinking they could just come out, okay, Dre, you said 2 weeks. Could we make it hold it for another 2 weeks? Like, no, I can't do that. This is a business. I take a security deposit and everything. And then I get all depends on who it is. And then some people, and I'm going to say this right now while we're on the air because I don't want nobody hitting me up, talk about, oh, okay, you ain't going to. Some people I don't take security deposits because I know at the end of the day, the money's golden. Then some people pay me in advance because they want to get, if they got the money, they're going to take the money and they're going to pay me in advance because they want the shoe done and everything like that. And I don't even touch the money. I just put the money up to everything is finalized. Then it's my money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I do it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And if you want your product to come out good and you want it to come out great, you got to have patience. And if you don't got that type of patience, I'm not being mean, I'm not being funny. Don't come to me. And that goes for anybody. And
Yeah.
there ain't too many people out here doing what me and you do.
Yeah.
And that's
Period.
facts.
Period.
You heard it from me, and you heard it from AC Secret Restoration, and also you're hearing it from Clay Customs. I speak on her behalf.
Yeah, no, you telling the truth. You and no lies.
Me and her's in this game, and it's real. You know what I mean? Y'all never did a restoration before. Y'all don't know what it is. You gotta order the supply. You gotta clean the shoe. You gotta prep the shoe. You gotta be up dead stocking colors late at night. You know what I mean? You trying to be up all hours of the night to try to get this shoe done and make sure it's right. Y'all just see when it's done. You don't see what goes on behind the scenes.
Facts, it's facts, yeah.
You don't see if it's a mistake happened. We got to try to fix it.
It's true.
Looking at, I'm just keeping it real because people don't see that. They just see the final product.
That's true. Now you telling the truth.
They don't see the whole ins and out. And me and you in show business. It's not our job to show you what goes on behind the scenes. Because if we show you everything that's going behind the scenes, you might want to go a different way.
Yeah.
But we got to keep that confidential.
Yeah.
Even though we want to fix it right, but we can't show you everything. Everything is not made to be seen. Some things just is not made to be seen.
Yeah.
Just being honest. At the end of the day, all that matters is the product came out the way you wanted it, and it came out great. That's all that matters. You don't have to worry about what goes into it. You paying me, and you paying Clay to do the job. All you got to do is sit back and relax and know your shoes is in good hands.
That's facts. Yeah. It's facts.
That's all, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna keep it real on that tip. And I see you got a lot of stuff back. I like the way you got everything set up behind you and all that stuff. That's beautiful. You got all your paints. If I ever come over there, I gotta work with you. I know everything is right there. I can just grab what I want. And it's all right there. You don't have to be digging and all that stuff, pouring out stuff. She got everything set up.
I mean, it's a little rough, but I got all my shoelaces and stuff in here, and my fabrics and everything. It's like my little work shoe that I be just testing stuff on. So it's a little But yeah, I got all my stuff here. So and all my little my jewels and stuff. So yeah, I try to have most of my stuff in one spot because when you're doing this stuff, like you said, man, it's a lot of tools and equipment and things. People don't realize you're gonna have hundreds of everything. People want different shoelaces. You gotta have that.
Right.
People want different paints and different colors. You gotta have that. People want the bling laces. This lace or they want to add this or put fabric. You gotta. And stuff just don't magically appear, especially when you go in the store and other people need it. If it ain't there and the person want it, not a whole design messed up, So I had to kind of re-up and make sure I had certain supplies, already ready.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't got anything else for you, Clay. You're more welcome to come back on the show at another time you like. I enjoyed you.
Okay, well, appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me.
All right.
Yeah, you're welcome to come back if you like.
Okay,
at
cool.
another time.
Pleasure to meet you, Preston. Pleasure to meet you.
It was nice meeting you as well.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'm about to get ready. To hang up. You can just hang up.
Okay, you want me to? Okay. Well, thanks for having me. And I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed talking to y'all. This is like one of my first real personal podcasts. I did one before, but I was on a panel, so every question wasn't directed directly to me. But this was my first personal one, so I really enjoyed it. And so thank y'all for having me.
We enjoyed you. Because you're the queen. You're the queen of this. So ain't too many ain't too many females out here is doing what you do, and I respect AC Sneaker Restoration, respects your work, and also MC Streets. And you had to be represented in the correct, right manner, and you had to come on this show. You know what I mean? To put to let the whole world know what you do, and people need to see this.
Well, thank you. I
And,
appreciate it.
and you
All
did,
right.
and, you know what I mean? We instead of talking about restoration all the time, we had to do a little, because it's part of the sneaker game and the culture. We had to turn the corner on this because it's all about sneakers anyway.
Thanks.
The restoration and the sneakers is all combined.
Yeah, that's facts.
It was a blessing.
Appreciate it, man.
You know?
Yeah, have a good one.
You
All right,
too.
you
And I'm
too.
looking, like I said, I'm looking forward for you to come back at another time.
I sure will. I definitely won't mind.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right,
have a
Clay.
good- have a good night.
I was all right. All
Yeah,
right.
too.
Hang up. Yeah. All right. So that was Clay. Clay Customs, the queen. I call her the queen of what she does. She does outstanding work and everything. What you got to say, Streets?
It was a pleasant interview, man. You know, she still talked to us for a nice length of time. You know what I mean? I like her, man. She's very pleasant. She's not arrogant as much as she's accomplished already, and more big ups to her. To hope she gets better, man. Hope she gets more clientele.
Exactly. And I'm with it. And God's in the blessing business and everything like that. And Jesus is too. You know what I mean? Keep your faith and trust in God and everything will fall in place. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. If you up there need any work done and anything like that, you can email me andrae1128@yahoo.com, or you can call me. Serious inquiries only, 908-416-0970. Also sponsors as well. Feel free to reach out if y'all like to sponsor the show. You know what I mean? Also, if you want to follow me on my YouTube channel, AC Sneaker Restoration, Maine, 1285. Also, you can follow me on my Facebook at ANDRAECAPERS. Also my Instagram as well at ANDRAECAPERS. And also you can follow me on TikTok, AC Sneaker Restoration. That's all I have for you. And we see you on the next show. You know what I mean? You don't know what me and Streets go through trying to put these shows together. And y'all don't, like I said a few minutes ago, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes to try to make a good show for everybody. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. But that's all I have for you. God bless. Everybody have a blessed night.
Blessed night, Sneaker World. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.